Hey everybody, we're back again to talk some more NFL football.
Yes.
We are already into week 4, but first of all, we have to
Cover week 3.
recap week 3, just talk a little about what happened, because we had some interesting games in there. So we will just jump right into her. Thursday night, we had the barn burner everybody had been waiting for
Dolphins.
at the
Jags.
Jags. Woo! Way to go, Thursday Night Football. And they did it again this week, but we won't talk about that yet. The Dolphins,
Put them on them early and kept it on.
Fitzmagic put them in the mirror, 31-13. Turn that 13 around, and you got 31.
He
So
is ridiculously inconsistent.
yeah, one weekend he looks like the best quarterback, and the next weekend he looks like a Miami Dolphins quarterback.
And we're not talking about
And we're talking about Dan Marino either. This is the only good one they've had. No, since Dan Marino, they've not had any. Jumping on into Sunday, though, we actually had some pretty good games. The Washington Football Club
getting whipped by
club
Cleveland.
team. Cleveland actually looked like a decent team again. Looks like they're starting to gel a little bit. Now, we don't know if it's just because they were playing Washington or they're actually starting to come together and play a little bit better. We'll
They
actually...
forced a bunch of turnovers off of Washington's offense.
Yes, they did. They had some scoring opportunities on the defense there. So the Browns started to look better.
First time they're above 500 since 2014.
6 years since they've been above 500. Ouch. Okay, we had the Panthers. Your Panthers come off the snide, baby.
We gotta win.
21 to 16 over those Chargers.
Mike Davis subbing in for the injured Christian McCaffrey did a good job.
Had a very good running game. He did. Had a very good day
Teddy
running.
didn't turn the ball over.
No, hey, if you got a good running game and you don't turn the ball over, you can win a lot of games as long as you got a pretty good defense. And they got a pretty good defense. It's young.
It's very young,
Very
very
young.
inexperienced.
And probably their number one wide receiver, Anderson, he's a rookie. So they got a really young team and a brand new system. So it'll take a while for them to gel around, but that was a good win. That was a good win for them. We had the Cowboys blowing another game.
To one of the top teams in the NFL, the Seahawks.
That's the only thing that makes it sort of okay. But if Dallas wants to get to the Super Bowl, guess what teams they have to beat? Those teams.
Those teams.
So Dallas is yet again looking like they're probably a 9-7 team, just like normal. So Mr. Clappy Clappy ain't there, but they kept the same offensive coordinator, so the essence of Clappy Clappy
is still there.
Is still there. So they lost 31-38. Again, they've lost to the Rams and the Seahawks, so that's two good teams. But again, if you're going to win,
you got to beat those teams.
You got to beat those teams. You can't start off the season 1-2. Okay, we had the Bears at the Falcons.
Where do we begin?
How many double-digit leads can you blow in one season? So far, 2 out of 3.
The Falcons are an absolute dumpster fire.
Speaking of fire, I actually saw a video of fans burning their memorabilia out into fire pits.
Not only do you blow a 20-point lead last week against Dallas, you blow a 10-plus point lead against the Bears.
It was 16, wasn't it? 26-10? Or 26 to...
It's like 29-10 or
29
something.
to 10. It was so
It was
horrible.
awful.
It was 26-10,
Bears,
and they lost 36-20.
The Bears did bench Mitchell Trubisky, though.
That's about time.
It's about time.
It's about time.
They put Nick Foles in, and the offense automatically looks better. So let's see how the Bears do from here on
Nick
out.
Foles has got the knack for coming off the bench and winning. So I don't know if that was it or not, but he came off the bench, and they looked like a pretty good... Now, the Bears have got some good players.
It's just they need to play better together in order to really keep that momentum going.
Yeah.
But the Falcons, they are just pitiful.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. I feel really bad for their fans.
I do too. I mean, how many times can you be sitting at halftime going, man, we finally look good, dude, and then you lose in the game? That's got to be bad. That's got to be heartbreaking. Well, let's get into some good games, though. We actually had some pretty good games. One of the best ones was the Rams at the Bills. This was sort of similar.
Sort of similar, but it didn't end like the same result.
The Bills were up 28-3.
The accursed score.
The score nobody wants to have.
And they blew it.
The Rams came back and went up 32-28.
And they blew it at first. At first, they blew a 25-point lead.
And then a little karma came back to bite the Rams in the butt, and there was a pass interference call. Or it was. I don't know.
The Bills won the game.
New Orleans is out there going, see, and the Bills got the touchdown and won the game at the end. But the Bills just showed the Falcons. How you do it, if you just don't give up, if you're gonna, let somebody come back from double digits, just keep on, just find a way to score. And
Buffalo,
with the help of the refs, they did.
Here's the thing: if Buffalo can hold on to more leads better, then they could be a deep playoff team if they want to be.
The Bills actually are, got that young quarterback, man, but they look good. The Bills are going to be somebody to contend with. We had the Titans at the Vikings. Titans, another last second field goal
to win the game. The defense is a little troubling right now. They gave up 30 points in consecutive games.
But they still won. So they're a very resilient team too. You can have a team like that's just sort of skimming by winning, but just as long as they keep on winning, they can build confidence and become a better team, just like they did last year and went all the way to the AFC Championship game. So if they can keep going, still keep building the momentum, keep getting a little better, the Titans are going to be a scary team too, because everybody else in that division is struggling right now anyway. So they got a pretty commanding lead at 3 and so that's not too bad. We had the Raiders at the Patriots. Been the Patriots flexed a little bit on that one.
Yeah, 36. Cam Newton really is learning to flourish in Bill's system, which is probably one of the best the league has ever seen.
I think there's 12 backup quarterbacks that are making more than Cam Newton.
And yet Cam Newton's playing better than all.
And yet people let him go for that.
You never know sometimes.
You never know.
The Raiders came falling down to earth. The Patriots defense got after
the
Derek
Patriots. Carr. Bill Belichick knows how to take away your best weapon, which was the tight end. They took away the Raiders tight end.
They kind of fell to pieces after that.
Yeah.
Plus, the Patriots defense did suffer. The Raiders offense did suffer from the Patriots defense turnovers.
Yeah,
that's a problem with the Raiders.
Belichick just knows how to scheme you, man. We had the 49ers at the Giants. Butt kicking 36-2.
Even with 10 players on the injured reserve.
10 players on the IR, they beat them with 27.
That could be troubling if you're a Giants fan, even after losing Saquon.
Yeah, you didn't know that Saquon meant that much, but man.
Yes.
We had the Bengals at the Eagles. What the crap? It was a tie in overtime, a tie.
It's our first tie of the year, and we get one every year, it seems.
Yeah, but the Eagles had the ball late in overtime.
Had a chance to win.
Had a chance. It was 4th down, and they could have went for it and tried to win the game. It ain't like you're 8-1 and you're trying to make sure you get the number 1 seed. The Eagles aren't a good team right now.
They have a crappy offensive line and all that problem.
They punted the ball to preserve the tie.
Just go for the win. Why would you punt the ball when you have a chance to win?
I don't know. What the crap? It's like, I want the tie. I don't want to lose. I want the tie. I don't want to.
That's pretty much the chicken.
I don't know, man. That's horrid, though. Well, they are Eagles. Maybe they're not the Eagles anymore. They're the Chickens. The Philadelphia Chicks. I don't know, man. That was horrid, though. Go for the win. You're not a good team right now. Anyways, try to build the season. You could have, if you would have went for it right then and built the season and get that win in the last second, that would have been something to build on. Now it's something like, we'll just take the tie. I love my sister. I don't know.
The Bengals looking for their first win as well. So
yeah, they didn't lose.
They didn't win either.
No. We had the Texans at the Steelers. Steelers looking pretty good.
The Texans are sorely missing a good wide receiver right now.
What would be a great fit there is DeAndre Hopkins. Stupid. The Steelers flex too. They're 3.
And
so
one of the top defenses in the NFL, and Juju Smith-Schuster.
And Big Ben is back.
Big Ben is back, and Juju is the number 1 receiver.
And Juju is playing like the number 1 receiver, so the Steelers are going to be something to contend with. They will be. It's going to be fun seeing them playing the Ravens soon.
Sooner or later. Revive the rivalry.
Yeah. We had the Jets at the Colts.
What an absolute shellacking.
36-7.
Not by the offense for
No, it's by the defense. Didn't the defense score like 27 points on fantasy?
Yeah.
Defense scored 27 points.
2 pick sixes, 1 safety, and a fumble recovery.
And a partridge in a pear tree. Man. That was like the 12th day of Christmas or something. I mean, they got everything. Okay, we had the Bucks at the Broncos. Man, I feel sorry for the Broncos.
Injury riddled.
They're on this week. They're going to be starting their third quarterback
of the year.
So the Buccaneers are starting to come around a little bit. Tom's looking a little bit better, getting settled into that system. They got Godwin back. Now he's out again. He's injured again. But
he needs to really stay healthy for Tampa to go somewhere.
They need those 2 wide receivers. They do. But the Broncos.
The defense did show up to be a solid unit, though.
Yeah, the upset of the week was the Lions at the Cardinals. The Lions winning. I really had the Cardinals in a roll, punching down the line. But you know what happened?
Kyler Murray struggled,
and Galladay came back for Detroit. They got their. That shows the difference a number 1 wide receiver can make. Just like the Houston Texans don't have a number 1 anymore.
Now they're struggling.
Detroit's number 1 was out, and they got him back.
They got a dub.
That number 1 wide receiver can make a bigger impact than you think it can.
If the Cardinals want to continue their playoff push, they need to hope Kyler Murray takes care of the ball better. They got 3 interceptions.
He's young. He's going to have to learn. He's young. But yeah, this honestly, as many good teams as in that area, he's probably not. This is probably not their year, anyways. They might be a playoff team, but this is not their year right now. I mean, one of the 2, what I thought was the most exciting games of the week, Packers-Saints.
That was a fun game from beginning to end.
That was a fun game. I told you last week we were talking about who should we pick, the Packers or the Saints, and I'm like, man, I can't pick against Aaron Rodgers, man. He's so hard to pick against. But I picked the Drew Brees because he was at home,
but A-Rod outperformed Drew Brees in this game.
Never pick against Aaron Rodgers. I know better. I know better. Don't pick against Aaron. And honestly,
the Packers are
on fire right now.
They've scored 40 or more points in each game this year.
They got a running game.
Aaron Rodgers
as a running game.
That's scary.
That is scary, and right now
I don't want to face
it's pretty scary.
I don't want to face that right now.
How about if I told you at the beginning of the year, the Browns would have a better record after 3 games than the Saints, the Cowboys?
That makes that doesn't make any sense now.
No, sad, but that's how it is, man. And then Monday Night Football, we had a shellacking. Man, I thought this would be a bigger game, too.
The Chiefs and the Ravens.
Chiefs went to the Ravens and
just,
man, he threw for 350-ish yards and 4 touchdowns. He was out there like, 1, 2, 3, 4.
He really is the new face.
He's the new face of the NFL. I mean, we've got Breeze out there and Rodgers out there and Brady out there, some old shoes, but man, Mahomes
is going to be that next big player.
He is the next big player. Yeah, he is. Chiefs won pretty easy anyways, 34-20. All right, that's a recap of week 3.
Now let's cover week 4, which is a little complicated.
Jump into week 4. Yeah, it is going to be a little complicated, and we'll talk about that whenever we get to it. First of all, we got another barn burner Thursday, baby. Everybody's going to stay up to watch this one. It is the
0-3 Broncos.
0-3 Broncos versus the
0-3 Jets. Yeah.
What the crap? That's the best thing they can come up with on Thursday night for me to stay up and watch. I mean, I'm gonna give it a couple hours of sleep to stay up and watch the Broncos and the Jets. I actually might gain a couple hours sleep because I'll probably go to bed before it even starts. Oh my God! The line is even.
So who do you want to pick? You want to pick the struggling Jets offense or the injury-riddled Broncos?
I know. The Broncos are on their 3rd quarterback. You would think with the Jets being at home, you would have to go Jets.
You want to pick the Jets here?
I would have to. I would have to pick the Jets. But, I mean, it's even. Who knows what's going to happen in that?
It's pretty much a draft pick game. It's one of those games.
Yeah, let's see who loses gets the higher draft pick. We got the Browns at the Cowboys. Should be a good game. Honestly, they're probably around
the same
team.
This depends on who you're going to pick. Are you going to pick the Browns with Baker Mayfield, or are you going to pick your Cowboys with Dak?
I will honestly. I probably just have to pick the Cowboys. This is their one last hurrah. They're either going to win this or it's over. I mean, after 4 games, their season will be over. So
hasn't it been like that for the past 10 years for your Cowboys for the most part?
It's been about 25. Man, I like the Cowboys, but we are what we are, man. But I will go Cowboys in this one. We got the Cardinals at the Panthers.
Woo. I feel like the Cardinals bounce back.
The Cardinals should bounce back on that one. The Panthers are young. Pick. The Panthers are young. They don't have Christian McCaffrey.
And the Cardinals are a pretty good offense.
And they're coming off of a loss, so they don't want to go down 2-2. Now, the Panthers are getting a little better each week. But
I'll pick Arizona.
We'll go Arizona. We got the Colts at the Bears.
A game between, 2 solid defenses that's played well lately.
Mm-hmm. Colts are actually favored by 2.5 in Chicago.
Do you want to pick Phillip Rivers with the Colts, or do you want to pick the new Foles Bears?
Nick Foles with the Bears?
Who do you pick? Who has the better defense?
Yes. They both got good defenses. Who's got the better quarterback?
Phillip Rivers.
Who's got the best running back?
Phillip Rivers.
Phillip Rivers. Who's got the best wide receiver?
The Bears.
The Bears, maybe, with Fuller. I think Fuller's better.
Allen Robinson's probably better right now.
And the T.Y.'s not doing too good this year. That's a really good guess. What do you think? You want to go Colts on that one at the Bears, or?
I want to pick Indianapolis because of how well their defense. I think 18 points combined in the last 2 games the Colts defense has allowed. So let's pick Indianapolis.
We'll go that way. And then we got Jaguars at the Bengals. I'm picking the Bengals to get their first dub there.
Pick the Bengals to get their first win. They played well enough to get a win.
I think they have played well enough. I think the offensive coordinator, too, has been experimenting the first few games just to see what works the best.
Joe Burrow doesn't need to get hit that much, though. No, and that's been a problem.
They don't have an offensive line. You're going to get hit when you don't have an offensive line. But I am going to go Bengals there. We got the Saints at the Lions. Saints
pretty easily. They're looking to bounce back after a loss to the Packers.
Yeah. And also, being on the road this year doesn't mean anything.
Because there's not much.
There's no crowd noise. Aaron Rodgers proved that against the Saints. He went into the Saints and got 3-4 false starts because of his cadence. That's because there's
Aaron Rodgers is one of the best quarterbacks on the planet to get your defense to jump.
Mm-hmm. We got the Seahawks at the Dolphins. Seahawks. He's probably going to throw for another 4 or 5 touchdowns this week, ain't he? I mean, he's really on an MVP pace right now. I'm not a huge Seahawks fan, but
Russell Wilson's playing really good.
He is playing the best right now in the NFC.
I say the Seahawks.
Him and Aaron Rodgers, man. How about seeing that game? How about seeing Aaron Rodgers versus Seattle? When you like to see those two?
That would be amazing.
Man, that might be coming up in the playoffs.
But the Dolphins are going to get steamrolled.
Oh yeah, we got the Chargers at the Bucks. I'm going Bucks. Tampa Bay.
They have a more experienced quarterback.
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
and they have a better defense.
I said Godwin's out this week, so expect Mike Evans to have a really good week this week. We got the Ravens at Washington.
The Ravens are going to bounce back.
This may be the biggest beatdown of the week. This is probably going to be 2 touchdowns. It's going to be ugly.
Oh, my gosh.
Ugly. We got the Vikings at the Texans.
2 0-3 teams looking for an identity.
Yeah, and both of them are decent teams. It ain't like, this ain't 2 horrible teams.
Texas went through a brutal schedule lately.
Mm-hmm. And the Vikings scored 30 points, but can't keep the other team from scoring 31. So,
who do you pick?
I got to go with Houston.
You want to go with the Texans?
Even though they don't have a wide receiver. Well, they do have some, but they don't have DeAndre Hopkins. But still, I just couldn't see the Texans going 0-4.
I can't see Houston going 0-4 and coming back from that.
No, I can't either.
I do see Deshaun Watson and the Texans winning that game.
Mm-hmm. We got the Giants at the Rams.
The Rams are going to win that game pretty easily.
This will be maybe the second biggest beatdown of the week. And maybe the game of the week. Patriots at Chiefs.
That is going to be the biggest game of the week.
See, Belichick is really, really, really good about taking away
He'll probably take
your
away-
best weapon. What weapon do you take away from the Chiefs? Which one? Do you take away Watkins? Do you take away
Kelsey?
Hill? Do you take away Kelsey? Do you take away Hilaire? I mean, what?
The Chiefs
how
have
do you-
so many offensive weapons
Yeah.
that it's hard to keep track of all that.
Yeah, I mean, which one of those do you take away? If you take away 2 of them, there's still 3 left over. So I'm
Cam
gonna
Newton will have to play at his highest level to keep up with Patrick Mahomes.
take the Chiefs. I mean, I just don't see.
You don't see.
It's gonna be a fun game, man. I think this is a 32-25 game or something like that. It's or 37-30 game. It's gonna be fun to watch. I think there's gonna be a lot of points, but I'm gonna have to take the Chiefs. We got the Bills at the Raiders.
Bills.
I'm gonna go with the Bills until they prove me wrong. The Raiders have been
Had a decent start.
decent
but
start. They're 2-1, but the Bills have learned how to win. So I'm gonna probably lean with the Bills unless they play somebody crazy until they prove me wrong. Right now the Bills are looking good. We got the Eagles at the 49ers.
49ers by a country mile.
But the 49ers with 10 backups will win by 7 points. But the Eagles 49ers is the Sunday night game. It's not the best one in the world, but it'll be a fun game to watch. We do have one game that has been postponed at least a couple days because of some COVID positive tests. They had 8. The Titans had 8 people to test positive.
So this game
they were
is-
asymptomatic, which means they didn't show any symptoms of it, but they tested positive. So they've actually said they will probably back out this game until a Monday night game
Or a Tuesday.
or a Tuesday night game. I would not fuss with a Tuesday night game. Imagine having one extra night of football.
That would be fun.
That would be fun. But if the game does go on Steelers at the Titans, I would probably lean.
Do you want to go with Pittsburgh's defense or do you want to go with the Titans' offense?
I don't know, man. Ain't that a good game?
That is such a good game. That is such a good game.
Honestly, until somebody beats. I mean, who do you pick? Really?
I mean, Pittsburgh has been playing well. Tennessee's been playing well. You want to pick? I'm going to pick the Titans.
Okay, let's go with the Titans. If they do play, we will go with the Titans. I think it's going to be another close one. I think it's a 27-24 game, maybe, something like that. So we will lean with the Titans on that one. And then jumping on Monday Night Football, we got the 0-3 Falcons
Against the 3-0
Packers in Green Bay.
You get Aaron Rodgers after you blow 2 double-digit leads in 2 consecutive games.
Yeah.
That is a slaughter
Is
to
that,
the potential.
is that not just like karma or something like I do
Packers by a
expect
country
I do
mile.
expect this to be maybe a double-digit win for the Packers. Yeah.
Because the Falcons
It's going to
are
be
falling
it's
to
going
pieces.
to be hard for the Falcons mentally
after
to
2
to
straight
come back
blown leads.
to come back from that and not get out on the field and wonder if it's going to happen again. And then Aaron Rodgers is going to go out there going, all right, time to eat some Falcon. And he's probably going to throw for 300 yards and another
Because he's
3 or 4
Aaron
touchdowns because he's Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Jones might run for another $150 and a couple touchdowns.
Because the Falcons' defense is almost non-existent at this point.
Yeah, they are. So that's it. That is all of the NFL recap for Week 3 and predictions
For Week 4.
for Week 4. We hope you had fun. Be sure to leave us some comments down below of what you think's going on. What do you think? Who do you
Click the
think's
like
going to
button,
win?
click the subscribe button.
Yeah, and hit the groove baby button somewhere
over my head.
over here. Other than that, we will see you next week for some more football.
See you next week.